Let's stop talking about depressing topics like Chinese spying, global pandemics, and the imminent rise of socialism in our country. Let's get back to something we can handle, something small and fun like John Bolton's catty new book. Good old John Bolton. They hated him once on cable television. Now here's their hero. Why? Why do they love John Bolton? Because his book and the sideshow it represents makes it possible for the rest of us to ignore their failures. But it's still interesting. And because it is, we're going to talk tonight to Jeff Sessions, who was President Trump's Attorney General and is now running to reclaim his old seat in the Senate from Alabama. He joins us tonight. Senator, thanks so much for coming on. So you've been around a long time in the Republican firmament as a conservative, and of course you've run into John Bolton and known him. You would have to have, because everyone here does, for years. What do you make of his role in the impeachment saga tonight?
Well, I don't like the book. It's probably inevitable that something like that would leak. He is the National Security Advisor for the President of the United States to help the President achieve his foreign policy agenda. And I don't like this. We don't have enough discipline in our government. We don't have enough respect for the chief executive of our country, who is the unified executive who gets to set those foreign policy goals, not the advisor. So I'm uneasy about it. I don't think it's a healthy thing. And of course, the liberals and the Democrats are using this in every way possible to try to enhance and excite the impeachment fizzle that's going on now.
You had turbulent moments as Attorney General. Did you ever leak information to the press about your opponents within the administration?
I did not. I think that's entirely unacceptable. It's an absolute wrong thing to do. We need more discipline in this government. I tried to establish it at the Department of Justice. We went from 3 intelligence investigations to 27 in just a matter of months. I think we have tightened up some things, but it really it depends on the integrity and the personal responsibility and honor, really, of the people who are hired by the president, who are supposed to serve him and to help him advance his agenda.
So when we spoke last week about the impeachment farce, your view was, as a longtime United States Senator, knowing, of course, all the Republicans in the chamber, that the Republicans were going to stick with the president and there was no chance of a conviction. Has anything you've seen in the last week changed your mind? Are you still confident of that?
I'm reasonably confident of that. I'm not sure what they would do on witnesses, but it seems to me that the House said they had overwhelming evidence against the president when they returned the impeachment articles. Now we find out that's not true, and I don't see anything else that would likely change that. I think the counsel who argued that even if this were all true, it's insufficient to sustain a removal of a president from office. This is huge. I believe that. I have believed that from day one, and I don't think that we need to necessarily, I don't think we should go forward. But that'll be up to the senators. They'll wrestle with that. I mean, forward with more witnesses. So we'll see how they decide it. But I think it's time to bring this to a conclusion because the fundamentals don't justify removal and conviction for the President of the United States.
So one final question. Earlier today, the LA Times ran a story, part of an interview they did with Senator Dianne Feinstein of California, in which she seemed to suggest that she wasn't convinced that the president was guilty. She doesn't like the president, but she didn't think he was guilty. And she seemed to say that she was considering voting to acquit. Within a couple of hours, someone clearly twisted her arm, and she issued a statement saying, "I still dislike Trump." What do you think's going on there? Is there any chance a Democrat votes to acquit?
I think a number of Democrats have got to be worried about this. This would be a horrible precedent that you have a dispute with the president, you have a party that controls the House, and they just use that power to really undermine the effectiveness of the President of the United States. It's not a right thing to do, and I got to be a lot of Democrats who are worried about it.
Well, you would think. I don't think anyone wants to live with this because it's too stupid. Attorney General, Senator Sessions, great to see you tonight. Thank you.